Hello and welcome to Seller Saturday, where I answer some of the most common questions that sellers have when selling real estate. And in today's video, I'm going to answer the common question of how do you sell a house to buy a house? Most folks who are currently owning a home need to sell that home in order to afford the new home. So how is that done? You will definitely want to talk to your lender or your bank about your specific situation and what products can work for you. I really want to speak specifically to what your real estate agent will do. So as your realtor, there's going to be two transactions happening simultaneously for you, and so that's going to be an additional amount of logistics and transaction coordination to handle. Timing is going to be everything as well, because on the one side, you don't really want to own two houses at once, because if you are like most people, that situation will come along with added expenses and costs. We want to kind of prevent that from happening at all, and if it does have to happen, we want that to be the shortest amount of time possible. And on the flip side is selling their current house first before having a new house to live in, and then you're in a situation where maybe you have to rent, maybe you're living with family, maybe you have, you've got all of your personal belongings in a storage facility. There are ways, however, that you can buy a house and sell a house, and that your realtor can help make sure that you are not stuck with either two mortgages or stuck without a place to live permanently. And here's how it's done. In this market, given that it's a seller's market, it makes the most sense to get your finances in order first, get a pre-qualification or your bridge loan, whatever you need to do. Then you want to list your home for sale at the same time that you start house hunting for a new home, okay? When you list your house for sale, your realtor will write into the listing that the sale of this home is conditional upon the seller being able to find suitable housing. You say that at the onset. That way, all interested buyers who submit an offer on that house know right off the bat that it's not going to close until you find a new place to live, that closing date is a moving target, and those folks are saying, yeah, we're cool with that, and we're going to make an offer with that knowledge, okay? On the other end, when you're submitting offers for homes, you're going to do something similar in your offer. Your realtor is going to write in that the purchase of that home is conditional on the buyer's ability to sell their current home. And then you'd usually include, the address where it's located and everything, so that that seller can get an idea of what the value of your asset is. Remember though, any condition in an offer, especially these days, is going to weaken the offer. So ideally, if you can get your current home under contract with a qualified buyer, and you have a sale price that you've agreed on, and you have a contract that's signed, that you can turn around and show that to the seller of the next house that you're interested in, that condition that you're placing on your offer, it doesn't seem like as much of a risk to that seller anymore, because you've got proof that it's a real thing, it's happening, and it's moving along, and there's a closing date. Yeah, a lot of moving parts. Again, you want to have a realtor that's really organized and that is able to handle two transactions at once for you, and that knows what language to put into these contracts to make sure that you're protected. And then you also want to have a really great lender, financial planner, or banker on your side who also knows your situation. Your lender and your realtor should really be talking to each other quite a lot when you are considering embarking on this kind of a housing transition, to make sure that you've got multiple people on your side, making sure you're not left in the lurch. So anyway, that's my as quick as possible explanation for how to sell a house to buy a house. Of course, if you have a unique situation or you have questions that weren't answered here about your specific situation, you can reach out to me anytime. And I hope that this Seller Saturday was helpful to you. Talk soon.